how the internet reacted to the game yesterday. So first up we have... wait, can you refresh it? Oh, no. Yes, Gus says, asking this Spurs team to create an open play chance or look even slightly threatening. What do you...
What we did in the first half. This is the thing. We did in the first half. Again, what we've got to look at is we need some different we need some different options going forward. There needs to be, I think, when, let's say this international break, for example, I think what Thomas Frank, Justin Cochrane and the team look at is the defence is locked down. All right, we conceded 3 goals in our last 2 Premier League games, but fine. Obviously, you don't want
even
that,
yesterday, you know, I know the goal we conceded was poor, but like in terms of the level of chances we're conceding, it's still quite low.
Exactly. Midfield, but for midfield, yes, we know they're doing well. Like we're saying there's 5 of them going for it, and they've all got a valid stake to claim a starting place. But they've got to try and find a solution to this front line. Obviously, Odegaard, Johnson. So Richard, they need.
But that is what Frank said. He said yesterday in his press conference, you know, foundations are good. Yeah. But we're adding layers to the attack, and it's a process.
Exactly. And 2 months into the job, or 3 months officially at the club, but 2 months obviously of playing football. He's got all the time in the world for me, so he'll get it right. But I think that, going back to that, we created chances in the first half from open play. Second half was second half we scored from 1.
Yeah, we did.
So I get what they're saying. That obviously in the second half we hardly created anything, but I think that's a little bit wild.
Yeah, I mean, I do think we are having a few problems, but I wouldn't say. I think yesterday was the opposite. I thought most of our chances were open play. In fact, set pieces we didn't look as threatening like yesterday. All right, next up, Brennan Johnson reacting to Spurs obviously equalising. He was the one who did grab the ball, and he had Paulinia's shirt ready and waiting for him, and he was calling him back. So at least someone was trying to get the ball rolling again. Fair play to Johnson, telling Paulinia, "Come on, we need to get the ball. We need to get the winner."
I want to mark Brennan Johnson up 1 point for that and that alone.
Fair play, Brennan. Someone's got some standards here. Maybe put him at 7. Simon Yemeni says, answers like this worry me about Frank. He criticised his own decision-making against Bournemouth, only to make the same mistake again yesterday, but this time defends those same decisions. 3 shots on goal in 90 minutes against the worst team in the league is nowhere near good enough. And this is Frank saying, asked about his team selection, he said, I'll always look back at it, but a good old coach told me once that the lineup you picked, you did that for a reason, and you don't know what would happen if you picked the other one. Maybe we would have lost 2-0. So I need to go with what I believe in, of course. That is not to say I'm not watching the game back and not reflecting and thinking about, could we and should we? You never know. I actually think first half was quite good and we created enough. We would like to create a bit more, but yes. Actually, after I took Rodri off, you could say it didn't work because we lost the structure. So who knows? One thing is for sure, we need to do a little bit better in the second half. So he says, Simon Umeni says that answer worries him because he defended his selection in this game. Yet against Bournemouth, he admitted, I got it wrong. You know, that was on me. But in this one, he seems to be defending his selection.
And I agree with Frank.
You agree with Frank?
And the reason I agree with Frank is Bournemouth absolutely battered us. Absolutely battered us. From the very first minute whistle to the final whistle, we did not have an answer to anything. Yes, he could have changed it. Yes, he could have made differences. But Bournemouth, let's not get it right, they absolutely took us to school. Wolves, we've both said, first half we were great. Well, not great, but should have done enough to get at least a couple of goals. And then second half it went wrong, like we said. So the first half people saying he got right, second half he got wrong. So I agree. I think it's a bit about. I don't want to get into this now where we're comparing this to this because yes, we should normally you'd want to take 6 points from these 2 games. There's no qualms about that part. But Bournemouth, we drew with... No, they did double over. We drew with...
Double over us last. Oh, no, we drew them at home.
Drew them at home, lost to them away. Wolves drew with last season, lost away, and the same, I think, the season before. Wolves seem to be a bogey team to us.
Mm-hmm.
We've come out, and like I said, first half we looked really, really good. Second half we didn't. Yes, Wolves made a change, and maybe Frank needs to take some accountability, saying I should have changed and reacted quicker. That part I get. But saying that answer's worrying, not for me at all.
Yeah, I feel... Look, as much as I think I would have rather he started Javi in the 10 and Bergvall in the 8, I don't think that is what cost us. Because, as you say, first half, we were the better team and could have been in the lead. So I don't think it's a team selection necessarily that was wrong and what cost us the result. I just think how he managed the game, especially after not scoring the chances, and how we reacted to them changing formation and their tactics. That is what cost us, for me, rather than the lineup from the beginning. Albeit, I do feel like maybe if he would have started with Javi in the 10, Bergvall on the 8, could we have created more in that first half? Maybe, but we never know. But I don't think that was what he got wrong yesterday. I don't look at yesterday and think that is the mistake he made. I think it's more the in-game management.
Correct.
Jacob says another successful appointment for Dr. Tottenham.
I'm not. Listen,
is he back in action?
Dr. Tottenham, it's... Do you know what? This, you got to look at this. How many years have we had an issue with doing this?
Well, Dr. Tottenham.
Like, not even just.
It's been our whole lifetime.
Yeah, but you look at it. Well, not so much just this result. It's like when results constantly, or pretty much a Saturday's full of results, apart from Man City, went our way.
It's just guaranteed that Spurs will drop points when all our rivals drop points.
Well, we can't play
guaranteed.
last.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't play last. We're bad at early kickoffs.
Yeah.
We beat Man City this season. We're bad at the late kickoffs. It's like remember when we were in the race against Leicester and we were always going second.
Yeah.
We're always going.
Don't we have a bad record at Saturday 3 p.m.s as well?
Well, this season we drew with.
Oh, this season not necessarily, but I remember we didn't win a Saturday 3 p.m. for like a year.
We just I
think we shouldn't play.
Play every Wednesday at 7:45.
Dr. Tottenham, another appointment. Hopefully he's booked up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. Simply Spurs says Spurs every single season for some reason, and it's Grandpa Simpson saying, "Help! Wolves are after me." Pretty much.
So spot on.
Pretty much the feeling. Gus again says 9 games in and we've produced some jarring performances. Nothing to really say about this one. Embarrassing. No patterns. Couldn't string 3 passes together. Spam crosses and hope. Kudus produces a bit of magic. The players deserve some shit, but today's mostly on Frank.
50-50. Like I said, first half, all go. I agree in the second half, like I said, like we spoke about, we couldn't put 2 passes together at some points.
Yeah.
I think that's 50-50, in all honesty. Listen up. People were saying, I saw in the comments yesterday going, I wonder who Brian's going to, or the excuses Brian's going to make for Frank and blah. Listen, I'm not going to make excuses for him. He got certain things wrong yesterday. I think we can all see that. But it showed in the first... Put it this way, Sim, if we'd come out for the second half as we did the first half, we win this game, right?
That's the point. We didn't because it wasn't... I don't think we did because of the players. I think we did because of the change in formation.
And that's why I think it's 50-50. Again, the change in formation, agreed. But I still think the stringing 2 passes together is the players. The sloppy passing to each other.
In some moments, yeah. I hear you, but I actually think it was generally a tactical battle lost by Frank yesterday, which would led to a majority of our problems.
Tactical wise, yes, I could agree with. That I could agree with, but I don't think it solely lies at that. But yes, I agree.
No, not solely, but I think Frank just has to take responsibility. But
yeah, of course.
But it's a learning curve.
Exactly. And this is the thing, he will learn from it. Next international break, he'll sit down. He'll have time to do that. And
you got to go through these moments when you're new in a job to understand what works or what doesn't work, why this happened. Like, things have to not work to realise what doesn't work. You know what I mean?
And also that with that as well, that helps also in a way that when it comes to January, and they're like, Thomas Frank, who do you need? What positions are vital to you? Hopefully, the new style of ownership go, right, what do you need? Give me the positions, give me the players. Let's go fix it.
He just has to learn from it.
Yeah.
That's the quality of manager. You have something like this early on, and then you learn from these moments.
Yeah.
That's what makes you a good manager. It's not having these moments or not. It's whether you learn from them and whether you can adjust to them. Talk THFC says, let's be honest, we haven't looked good in pretty much any game apart from City this season. The football is really worrying under Frank so far.
This has got to stop. This has got to stop. So now it's like we're bemoaning winning. We're upset.
We've won 3 out of 6.
Okay. So we won 3 out of 6. Won our Champions League game.
Mm-hmm.
Won our Carabao Cup game. Give me the winning.
3rd in the league.
Give me the winning all day long. This is just trying to hit Frank. When has it got to the point where we're now slamming the style of play after 6 games? After 6 games in the Premier League, we're now at the point where we're criticising the style of football when, as I've said many a time, I don't think he's had his best 11 out.
In terms of style of football, I believe only City and Liverpool have scored more goals.
And conceded?
Conceded Palace, Sunderland and Arsenal.
So we're
Conceded
what?
less.
So we've got like the 4th best defence and the 3rd best attack.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Oh, and Newcastle also conceded
Yep,
less.
it's terrible.
Starting to play there, Brian. We haven't looked good in any game
Sure.
apart from City.
Sure.
Don't agree?
No,
What other games have we looked good in?
I think we looked good, very good second half of Brighton. I don't think we put in a great 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That I will agree with. Second half of Brighton, second half of West Ham, second half of Burnley. Actually, I'd say the very good 90 minutes Manchester City.
Yeah, as he said, apart from City. Yeah.
So yeah, that's for 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't find a team in the Premier League that gives a good 90 minutes every single game of the season, where they're like, oh my God, they're incredible. It's early goddamn days. There should be no worrying signs about Thomas Frank. I said, as that his first 11 available, players still to come back. Too early to be saying this stuff.
Midnight says, João Paulinho after scoring an equaliser against rock bottom. Oh, God. Over celebrate much?
Mate, it reminds me of Alfie Devine's slide after the Sheffield United, the Preston goal last week.
That's it, I should have been given. This was João Paulinho. Get the ball, mate! Come on. Oh, God. Brilliant. Mitch Fretton says, sounds like another case of Frank not knowing what his best 11 is. I also think he's played it far too safe in every home game this season. Bentancur Paulinho was not needed tonight.
Agreed.
We also have a glaring striker problem that needs to be talked about.
Everything you said, I agree with.
Yeah, I think at the moment, the way Frank has us set up and playing, I definitely think is more suited to away from home than at home.
Well, if you look at it, our home form in general over the last calendar year has been nothing less than embarrassing.
Yeah, but okay,
it's not the don't get me wrong. The home performance, I agree that we don't need Bentancur and Paulinho in games like this.
But I just think if you look at our away performances compared to home
they're much
performances, we're looking a lot better.
Much better. Home form at the moment is a serious issue.
Just performance-wise, yeah.
Yeah, just performance-wise. It's not been looking at through 2025. It's not been acceptable the whole way through. And hopefully Frank can end it a lot better than currently.
Yeah, I just feel like our home performances like this season, we're not really taking the get. It feels like at the moment we're still kind of playing with the handbrake on a bit. I think it works a bit away from home because the onus is on the opposition to come at you a bit, and they're at home, they got the crowd behind them, and that kind of suits us. But when we're at home, and the onus is on us to really go at teams and blow them away, at the moment we're still kind of a bit too tentative, and we're not blowing teams away at the moment, and it's leading to second half performance yesterday, Bournemouth performance, where we're actually really struggling in those games. So I think right now the way we're set up is definitely more suited away from home.
Yep.
So Frank's just got to sort that out.
Correct.
Talking Wolves say Wolves have only lost 2 of their last 9 Premier League visits to the Tottenham Stadium. How mad is that? In their last 9 games, they've only lost 2.
It's not acceptable, is it?
That's crazy. They've won 4 and drawn 3 of their last 9 games. That's out
Have they played 9 times at the Hotspur Stadium already, or is that including Wembley?
Yeah, they've been in the Premier League for a while.
Yeah, but how many years have we been at the stadium now?
No, it's just away, including my
Oh, so it's including what? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Why are Lane?
last 9
Why
games.
Hart Lane? I think we used to okay with him. Wembley.
I remember going watching us lose 1-0 at home to Wolves. Kevin Doyle scoring a winner. That was under Redknapp. We were good then.
I remember as well that game around the Christmas time when Harry Kane scored that incredible goal at Wembley from outside the area. We lost, and then the second half again.
You really do just have
second, and it's always the second half.
Yeah,
it's
second
always
half.
the second half.
That's right. Kane scored that 30-yarder.
Mate, it was an
went
absolute
on to
banging.
win.
Yeah, and then they absolutely destroyed us. It's always the second half they do it to us.
Bloody Wolves. Clinical Kai, so an Arsenal fan, he says along came Tottenham Hotspur. And this is Wolves' run of form before facing us yesterday. L Spurs.
Yeah. Well, listen, the filth have their few bogey teams, and hopefully Newcastle will show them why Newcastle is again shortly, and Wolves are a bogey team.
Although they are leaving out Wolves' 2 Carabao Cup wins against West Ham and Everton, so they have left those off the list.
Yep.
But still, not pretty reading. Classic Dr. Tottenham. Caden from the lane says Vicario when a cross comes into the box. And that's Vicario. Bit harsh. I love that clip.
It's a brilliant. It basically. Oh dear.
Anas Ahmed says, a few thoughts from yesterday. Lessons were not learned from Bournemouth. Bentancur, Paulinho should never be starting together at home in a game we're expected to have most possession. Xavi Simons was poor, but he needs to play in the 10. Don't stick him out on the left. He's our out-and-out number 10, and he needs to play in the position where he can get on the ball and dictate the play more often. Frank needs to choose a left winger and stick with it at least until January. Avoid the likes of Simons and Kudus out of their best positions.
Apart from the nothing learned from Bournemouth, because we've discussed that, I agree with everything.
Yeah, what's frustrating with Frank playing Xavi on the left on the left at the moment is he's played him there so far from the start in Premier League games, hasn't quite clicked. He then put him in there for Brighton when he came on. It did work. And then he's put him back on the left. So, like, I don't understand what he's worried about at the moment. Like, what's he worried about starting him there in that position in the Premier League? I don't really understand.
Yeah. The way I've seen
and if he's worried it's not going to work, he has to see it for it not to work. You know what I mean?
So, I think during the week, this is just my theory behind it. It's not 100%, or I haven't had this confirmed or a source or anything. I honestly think Spurs probably could have signed a left winger in the window, but Thomas Frank has got his eye on one player. May have been Savinho, and it may have come back to haunt us. But I think he had a left winger in mind and said, "Do you know what? I've got multiple options here, and now I've got Simons added. I think I can get through till January." And then we'll go for a player, whoever it may be, in January. And at that point, I would have got it, because we have a go at Spurs for wasting money on certain players and going, you pay too much, or why'd you bring him? And then there's no money the next window to get the player. So I was thinking maybe that's happened. so we're going to attack it. But then you look at it now, he's got so many options there, and he still sees Simmons as the answer to that. Now, is it because he doesn't rate the left wingers at all, and he thinks, right, Simmons at least can do a job there, rather than because, if, like we said, Bergvall, Sarr, whenever they played the 10 or whatever, whoever it may have been that's in that, they've been able to do a job. Whether it hasn't been the creativity Simmons does, it's been the engine or the energy or whatever it may be. But now I think it's getting to the point where hopefully he sees after that Brighton game and after this break that, do you know what, we didn't create anything in that set, or I need to have him there. Because like you said, even if you've got a left winger there and you said Simmons is inside, he can release that left winger. He's got the quality to put that final ball in. So I think we need...
I think it would improve our left winger if Simmons in the 10.
I think it will. I think it will. But I agree with the comment saying he's got to pick one. Whether it be a Johnson, whether it be an Odebear, and just say, right, you're going to be a left winger for 5 games or starts. This is your chance. Go.
Yeah, his reluctance to do that is a bit frustrating at the moment. Let's hope in the next game we'll see it. Squawker says João Paulinho has won more duels 10 and made more tackles 5 than any other Tottenham player against Wolves. He also scored Tottenham's equaliser in the Premier League. He also scored Tottenham's latest equaliser in a Premier League game since September 2023. I'm guessing that's Sheffield United.
That's got to be.
When we beat them.
Yep.
So all action from Paulinho yesterday, just showing what he's about, isn't he?
This guy, honestly, I don't think we could have got a better number 6. Even if we were going to get a world class number 6, he is a world class number 6, by the way. In what he does, he is such a unique throwback to like an old class number 6. He's a monster. He is brilliant. And how many times have we seen that this season? Paulinho made the most tackles. Yeah. Paulinho made the most this. Paulinho made he is just unbelievable at what he does. And the only regret we have is he should have been in a Spurs shirt years and years and years ago. Can you imagine, in all honesty, I said this to someone yesterday, I think it was Danny, if Ange had played the number 6 and Ange had signed him, things could have been very, very different.
If he had someone like him in the middle instead of, potentially.
Could have been very, very different if he had deployed a Paulinho.
Agreed. He's one of the top players in the league for tackles.
He left for the Premier League and came back and was still the most successful. That's how good he is. I've never seen a man just been in Spurs modern day history that's been just a tackling machine. Wanyama offered more than just tackling.
Only Tyreek Mitchell has more. All right. Next up, we are looking at. Just BR Football says Paulinho scoring his 3rd goal of the season. How mad is that? Paulinho as well. As much as all the stuff he provides off the ball, like all the duels he wins, he's also now a joint top goal scorer.
Yep.
Goals against City, Doncaster, and now the game yesterday. Yeah. So he really has been so important to us, hasn't he? When
we signed him, I did not think for 1 second he'd get 3 goals all season.
Yeah. But I think he also has a bit of quality. I know what I would say about him. I think his ball striking is decent, but I would say it's more when his passing technique leaves a lot to be desired. Like he struggles sometimes he bobbles the pass or he kind of makes the wrong decision. But I think you put in a position like yesterday where he has to get a shot off or something, he can do it. I don't think he's doesn't have terrible technique.
So you look at him. He's been a defender for us. He is mainly a midfielder, and he's our top goal scorer.
He is a threat from set piece as well because he's quite good in the air.
Yeah, he's just, honestly, I want to hear in January that this is done, official, signed, 2 years. He is just too good. He is, as you know, a lot of people will say, he's 30, he's going to be past it. He is so fit. You could see from when he took his shirt off as well. He is just a wonderful, wonderful player and will be a fantastic addition when made permanent, please God.
And Cuti Romero tweeted out yesterday, today wasn't our match. We wanted it more, but it just didn't go our way. Now it's all about keeping our heads up, working harder and pushing forward together. Huge thanks to the fans for all the love today. Time to recharge, and on Tuesday we go again. All together, always.
Spot on.
Nice message from the captain.
Spot on.
At least, look, to be fair, we didn't lose. So, again, just keeping that unbeaten run going ever since the Bournemouth game. And at least we'll just keep that ticking over.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal Palace, God bless, how well are they doing? They're now
18 games. Yeah.
18 games. They're the only undefeated team or team not to have lost in the Premier League so far this season. They started it, and it has to build. And they've got Glasner that they're used to, and Glasner's got them playing great football. We're just at the start of Frank, and this. Not losing is always great. I think it was the manner of the draw yesterday, wasn't it? That was the most upsetting thing. But Cuti Romero, the skipper, has got it absolutely spot on.
All right, well, that is React. That's how the internet reacted to Spurs' 1-1 draw against Wolves. Let's hope Spurs can put things right on Tuesday. We go to Bodo. We'll have the match preview tomorrow.